Hello, I'm Phil Svitek, 360 Creative Coach, and in this episode, I want to give you a game, or I don't know necessarily what I want to call it, but a fun thing that creates an incredible bond during group projects. So if you're making a film, if you're producing, if you have a podcast producing team, you're collaborating on a book, you're doing a press tour, like whatever it is, any sort of like group activity that you're doing, this can be utilized for, okay? Now, before I say what it is and how to do it and why it works, I would like to take the opportunity to invite you to subscribe if you haven't already. That way you get all the various lessons and episodes that I put out right when I put them out. So what it is the idea of group members highlighting, or saying rather, their highlight, low light of a day. So I got introduced to it because I worked in production with a group for my mentor, Rob Patton Spruill. And, it was basically a summer gig where we were filming Garden Girl TV. And, a show that he was the executive producer on and so forth. And at the end of each day during that summer, we all got together and we're like, all right, everyone go around and say your highlight, low light. And it's different than like a pro and something good that happened versus like something bad that happened, or like what worked versus what didn't, because I think that's more of like has a purpose behind it, versus like this is just purely meant just to have fun. So, back in the day, it'd be like, okay, highlight of my day was, learning about this new camera, or sometimes it was as silly as like I got an extra slice of pizza, right? It could be anything. It could be as silly as that, right? Or like low light could have been like, I stepped in dog poop. I don't know, right? Like it's just the answers were as inventive and silly as we all were, and so you really get to know people's personalities in that way, and we all had just a great laugh about it. It's almost like having a mini rap party, but instead of, like a rap party is meant at the end of, production, you've done everything, and, everyone gets together and kind of reminisces on what happened. And it's wonderful, and you should do that. That's great. But this is just kind of like micro, increments of doing that, and it's just a lot of fun. And yeah, it doesn't take long. Everyone, especially when people kind of know going into it of like at the end of each day, boom, highlight, low light. And so, as like might seem, because like for us, we work kind of longer days and so forth. And, but before anyone could leave, it was always like, what's your highlight, low light type of thing. And we had it was just, it just bright, like even after a long day, it just made us laugh of like, because part of the reason why it works is because especially like on group projects, you're doing kind of different things, and so you're not always aware of what somebody else is doing, right? And so just that highlight, low light aspect of it, it's like someone in a shorthand version telling you about their day in such a like cut through way. Of like, oh, now you get me, right? Like it's just shorthand, and you're able to get down to like the brass tacks of a person's personality, and a lot, you really see them, and it's just so much fun. So for that reason, have at the end of each day, if possible, or as much as you can, on any group activity, have a highlight, low light. I promise it's a useful tactic that just binds the group together in a significant way. It's incredible. So if you have any questions or thoughts, let me know. But I'd be curious, I'm more curious about you using it and how the experience of it is. So after using it, please let me know. Comment down below, hit me up on social media at Phil Svitek. I really want to see how this plays out for you and how much fun you're ultimately going to have. So anyway, thank you so much. I appreciate you, and hope to see you next time.